Welcome to Chemistry World. In previous video, we have seen some simple examples to write IUPAC name. Now, I am going to write the IUPAC name for little bit difficult molecules. Little bit complex structure is there. Some new concepts, some different concepts as compared to normal concepts we have to see. Now, let us see first example. How to write the IUPAC name for this. First, let me identify the functional group. This is cyano, this is cyano, this is cyano. Three cyano groups are there in this case. Three cyano groups are there. And the three cyano groups are located at first, second, third. Here, actually, when functional group has carbon, we have to start the number from that carbon. We have to start the number from that carbon. Here, it is not like that. It is different. We should not start the number from this. Why? Because if we start the number from this, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what about this? Because all are equivalent strength, all have same priority group. Means if more than 2, not 2, more than 2, same priority groups are present in that molecule, and if the carbon is present in that functional groups, we should not consider that carbon in the main chain. So if we eliminate that carbons from this, it has only 3 carbons in the root word. 3 carbons in the root word. And one more thing, we cannot give priority to for one functional group. High priority to one functional group. In that situation, we have to give equal importance to all functional groups. We have to give equal importance to all that functional groups. If we give equal importance to that, the name becomes as propane 1, 3, because it is 3 carbons are there, no secondary prefix, no primary prefix, only root word will be there, that is prop, only single bonds are there. So ane hyphen 1, 2, 3 try, what we have to say as what? Carbonitrile we have to say, because carbon and nitrogen both we have to include in that. So if we include in that, the name becomes carbonitrile 1, 2, 3 tricarbonitrile will become the name for this. I'll write because one more example is there in that place. So I'll start from this propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbonitrile we have to write. It is difficult examples, not simple examples. These are difficult examples, so please be careful. Why? Because we cannot give high priority for one functional group which has the same priority for that. These 3 groups have same priority, so we have to take all these as same thing. So that's why carbonitrile. Same thing here also. Same thing for main chain. 3 aldehyde groups are linked for that. If 3 aldehydes are groups linked there, we have to say the name. Can you try for that name, please? Anybody, please try that name before saying the name for that. The name is propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbonitrile. Right. Now, what is the name for this molecule? Please try to write down that one. What is the name we can write for this? I'll try. This is aldehyde functional group, this is aldehyde functional group, this is aldehyde functional group. 3 functional groups have same type. that 3 will get same priority. We cannot give high priority to for one particular group. So in that case, the numbering starts from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Lowest locant loose we have to consider, sir. Lowest locant rule we have to take. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be there. Means root word is but, only single bonds are there, so butane, and that carbons are linked to first, that CHO groups are linked to first carbon, second carbon, and this is fourth carbon. 1 comma 2 comma 4 tri tricarbaldehyde, we have to write carbaldehyde, because we cannot write as all for that. Generally, CHO group is there. If it has high priority, the secondary suffix is AL, all. But here we can't write all here because 3 groups are same name. If 2 groups are there, that is different. I'll write that one in the next video. I'm writing here 3 because all, let me write it 1 plus, that's why I'm taking. Now, let's go for third group. Let's go for third example. Here also same aldehyde group, same aldehyde group, same aldehyde group is there. But here one small difference is there. This CHO group is not directly linked to main chain like this. Here third CHO group along with this first and ending, it is attached to main chain, but here it is not attached to main chain. It is there on side chain, on substituent. So this should not be comes under high priority group. It comes under secondary prefix. Not only this one, total this group comes under secondary prefix. And then these two becomes secondary suffix. Please compare these two. That's why I wrote all the examples here itself. Here 3 aldehyde groups attached to main chain. So I have not given much priority to a particular CHO. I have given equal importance to 3 CHO. But in this case, one CHO is not attached to the main chain. It is there on the substituent. So it not comes under high priority order. It comes under least priority order and it becomes secondary prefix. Next, remaining 2 comes under secondary suffix, high priority groups. So now we have to include these carbons in the main chain. So numbering will start from here. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please be remember, I have not included the carbons here and here in this case because 3 same priority functional groups attached to main chain. Here it is not attached, so I have to write like this. 6 carbons are there in the root one, and this comes under secondary prefix. So first we have to say the name of that secondary prefix that is there on second carbon. So if aldehyde groups is comes under secondary prefix, we have to say it as what? Formyl. We have to say it as what? Formyl. So this total groups becomes what? Formyl methyl, because on methyl group formyl group is attached. That is attached to third carbon. So name is 3 formyl methyl. 3 formyl methyl. Then root word 6 carbons are there, so hex, only single bonds are there, so ane, and this one has 2, that is 1 comma 6 di all will come. Al. Now we have to write as secondary suffix. So dial. Let me get the confirmation of that molecule. 3 formyl methyl. You can write that in the parenthesis. Then hexane 1 comma 6 dial. The reason is it is not directly attached to main chain, so this comes under second group. Here it is attached to main chain, so I have not included in that. So this is the main concept you should know to write the name. That's why it little difficult are there. Now same thing, these molecules. Same thing, these molecules. Please try to write down the names for these two if you can. The difference in this case is Here, this is called CONH2 group, CONH2 group, CONH2 group means amide group. This is amide, this is amide, this is amide group. Same amide groups are there and they are attached to main chain. So numbering will come from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to write these three as separate names. What is that separate names means? First we have to say root word because all the same priority groups are attached to main chain. So we should not consider anyone as a secondary suffix. We have to give equal importance to all the groups. That's why I am writing root word as the 4 carbons, that is bute. 4 carbons are there, so bute. Only single bonds are there, so ane. And the position of this amide groups here is 1, 2, 4. 1 comma 2 comma 4 tricarbamide, because carbon is there, amide is there, so we have to say that as carbamide. 1 comma 2 comma 4 tricarbamide we have to say. Why? Because all these things are attached to main chain. In this case, this is amide group and this is amide group and this is amide group. But in this case, this amide group is not directly attached to main chain. It is attached to substituent methyl group. So it comes under secondary prefix like this. And these two comes under main chain. So numbering should be start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 carbons are there in the main chain, but here 4 carbons. Please remember the difference. Please concentrate on the difference. If you concentrate, if you identify that difference, you can easily write the names for that. Now these two comes under secondary suffix. This comes under secondary suffix. This comes under secondary suffix, and this comes under secondary prefix. If CONH2 group, that is amide groups, comes under secondary prefix, the name will be carbamoyl. If it comes under secondary prefix, we have to say it as carbamoyl, MOYL, carbamoyl, and it is methyl group is there. So name, if we write for that, name if we write, I'm writing here, please try to understand, the space problem. So if we write the name for that, first we have to say the secondary prefix, it is there on third carbon, so name is 3 carbamoyl methyl, because methyl group is there, this methyl group is there, 3 carbamyl methyl. After that root word hex, only single bonds ane, 1 comma 6 carbamide, 1 comma 6 amide. No need to write carbamide, it is directly amide, hexane diamide, 1 comma 6 diamide, hex 1 comma 6 diamide. This is IUPAC name for these molecules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 same groups attached to main group, main chain. 3 same groups attached to main chain. Here 2 groups attached to main chain. 1 is attached to substituent. Here 3 functional groups attached to main chain, but here 1 is attached to side chain, remaining 2 attached to main chain. If it is there like this, we have to say the names of organic compounds according to IUPAC. It is difficult problems. Damn sure in mains exam or advanced exam or NEET exam, and sometimes in tough paper if it is comes into MSET, definitely any one of this molecule will be there like this, the molecule will be there, but the rule is we have to say like that. If you follow these rules, you can easily write IUPAC names. But once again, I am suggesting before writing this one, first we have to identify high priority, low priority groups, secondary prefix, secondary suffix, primary suffix, root word. How to identify that one? In previous video it is there. Please go through that video. You will get complete idea about that rules and some categories. Then you can write these names easily. So this is today's video. Thank you.